Plato's portrayal of philosophical eroticism, that's what this is, that's the term, philosophical eroticism, frequently treated as making a decisive break with such hierarchical practices. Indeed, part of the melancholy comedy of the symposium is Alcibiades' admission that Socrates has managed to subvert the roles traditionally prescribed by Athenian pederasty. As the older, presumably wiser and more established member of the erotic pair, Socrates ought to play the role of the Erastes, the lover, who pursues his beloved and seeks pleasure in his beauty, while introducing his young partner to the political and social world of Greek men. However, instead of being pursued by Socrates, Alcibiades describes pursuing his older partner himself. Alcibiades describes creating opportunities for them to exercise alone, inviting him to dinner, persuading him to sleep over, and so on, as if I were his lover and he my young prey. Alcibiades even goes so far as to propose an exchange of me, my belongings, anything my friends might have, for Socrates' wisdom, which moves the relationship dangerously close to an economic transaction. And if that transaction took place, everything in this that Plato is writing between these two, it's philosophical. It's philosophical in nature, because that transaction would have signified something. That non-transaction signifies the dignity that Socrates has for the movement and the impression that he wants to place onto his beloved subject. Philosophical eroticism is what this is called. And in essence, what that means is you are so attracted to someone because of their wisdom, because you admire their understanding. You're so attracted to them. You're so attracted to them to the point where you want to have sexual intercourse with them. It's not an attraction that is generated actually from the body, but due to how obsessed you are with their mind, now you're seeing that their body is desirable. And so to carry out the affection that you have for their mind, you want to express that by having something to do with their body. If Socrates had given in to any one of those pleas, he would have sort of let go the point that he was trying to make to this young man. And this is what he is called in the narratives in a couple times. This is the young man. The young man from here, it's transferred into the book of Mark. It's transferred into the book of Mark because the same illustration it's relevant. What we're supposed to be seeing in the book of Mark concerning this young man is we're supposed to be seeing someone amongst the following of a Samuel, of a Socrates, who is so desiring of the understanding of the wisdom of that Samuel, of that Socrates, who is the main character of the narrative called Jesus, that they would do anything to be around them. And this is the one that Jesus loved, the same way that this is the one that Socrates loved, because of the mindful potential, the philosophical potential that they have within them. This young man is the only one that listened amongst all of his followers. This young man is the only one that did everything, that wanted to eat like the main character. They wanted to drink like the main character. They wanted to walk like the main character. They wanted to think like the main character called Jesus. They wanted to think, as I say, as the main character that is to them their Samuel as was to David, or their Socrates as was to this Alcibiades. That's in the narrative of Mark, to conjure the same illustration as is given by Plato. That same dynamic relationship of one of philosophical eroticism.